Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2D Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and today we're going to take a look at the third villain from the Sinister Motives wave, Mysterio.
And he actually might be one of my favorite ones to play out of the. I mean, I like several of them in the wave, but I think he might be my favorite because I do like some of the little tricks that he pulls off. They're kind of
He
fun.
has something very annoying
Yes.
that he does to your deck.
Yes, he does.
All right, but first of all,
All right, so whenever we're setting this up, we're gonna want to grab Mysterio 1 and 2 if we're playing the standard mode. If we're playing the what's it called? Expert mode. That's what it's
you
called.
can always read it right there.
No, I can't. I can't see that. He's got expert mode, and then we're going to want to make sure that we have personal nightmare, which is a required module, and a standard set. And then we're going to grab one more module set, and they suggest whispers of paranoia.
Okay, setup.
Setup. Setup is we're going to take one shifting apparition minion into play per player. So each player will get a shifting apparition.
Okay.
Can you search for that, right?
No, you just put it into play.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
you would shuffle afterwards. Okay, so then a shifting apparition. We have 4 of them because you can play this game up to 4 players, of course. 1 scheme, 1 attack, 1 hit point. It's an illusion guard. When defeated, if this minion was defeated with excess damage, the defeating player shuffles the top card of the encounter deck into their deck.
yeah. And since they only have one, quite a few of the heroes are going to turn around and shuffle it right back into your deck. So that means you're going to have to deal with it again.
All right, then stage 1B here is 2 threat per player, starts, adds 1 threat per player, has a threshold of 8 threat per player. Force interrupt. When you would draw or discard an encounter card from your deck, deal it to yourself as a face down encounter card, and then you draw a card. So you do get to replace it. Usually this happens at the end of the player phase when you're drawing your new hand. But, if you're drawing cards in the middle of the hero phase, that will kick in. Yeah. But these cards are going to come back to haunt you.
Basically. Yeah, and what gets really bad is if you've got 2 or 3 of these in your deck and they're kind of clumped together, you could get 2 or 3 encounter cards in a row based off of this because you replace it with the next card. If that's also an encounter card, you're getting that one too.
Okay, and this is a 2-stage.
All right, so the second one here, Edge of Realities on 2A. So whenever you reveal this in player order, you're going to shuffle the top 2 cards of the encounter deck into each player's deck. So you're automatically getting additional ones if you let this pop.
Right. Then we have the Edge of Reality. Starts with 3 threat per player, adds 1 threat per player per turn, threshold of 9 threat per player. Force interrupt. When you would draw or discard an encounter card from your deck, deal to yourself face down encounter card and draw 1 card. And then if this stage is completed, the players lose the game.
Yeah, so that force interrupt doesn't change, but
that part's still the same.
Yeah.
All right, then Mysterio 1.
Okay, so Mysterio 1 here, he is a criminal. He starts out with 15 hit points per player. He schemes for 2, he attacks for 1, and then he's got the Seeds of Fear. So as a forced response, after you resolve a boost card during Mysterio's activation, you're going to place that card in your discard pile if it has the illusion trait, which, guess what? Several of his cards do.
Yeah. All right, then Mysterio 2. So this is the second stage, of course, standard. First stage, expert. 17 hit points per player. 2 scheme, 2 attack. When revealed in player order, you're going to shuffle the top card of the encounter deck into each player's deck. And he has Creeping Fear. So this is when he schemes or attacks. So after you resolve a boost card during Mysterio's activation, place that card on the bottom of your deck if it has the illusion trait. So that's the same.
No, that was a little bit different because on the first one, it
just had a different name, I guess. It does the same thing.
Yeah, no, the first one goes into your, place that card into your discard pile.
Oh,
the second one goes on the bottom of your deck, so it comes back fast.
Well, not as fast as this one.
All right, and so his third stage here has 16 hit points per player. He schemes for 2, he attacks for 2. And whenever this one's revealed, you're going to discard the top 5 cards of each player's deck. So in other words, it's trying to get to those cards faster. And then this one has the Bound by Fear, which is a forced response that after you resolve the boost cards, then you're going to... so same thing, if you do the boost cards, then it goes on top of your deck instead of the bottom or in your discard pile.
Yeah.
If it has the illusion trait.
So you're going to see it even sooner.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So then we have an attachment here. Humongous hallucination, +3 attack. It is an illusion. Oh, goody. Attached to Mysterio. Hero action. Spend one resource of any type and shuffle the top 2 cards from the encounter deck into your deck to discard this card.
Yeah.
And of course, if it's a boost, then it's getting added to your deck.
Yeah, and it's got 3. It gives him +3 attack. I don't remember if you said that or not. So the Masterful Mirage here gives him +1 scheme. You'll attach it to Mysterio, and of course, whenever you would deal any amount of damage to Mysterio, you'll discard the top 4 cards of your deck instead, and then discard this card. So it prevents the damage, and it mills your deck to try to get to more Mysterio cards, so you get more encounters. And then as a boost, if you get this as a boost, you're going to give Mysterio 1 additional boost card for this activation.
And there's 2 copies.
2 copies long. Okay.
Then we have 2 copies of Deja Vu, Peril. When revealed, choose to either take 1 damage or place 1 threat on the main scheme. Then you shuffle Deja Vu into any player's deck. And as a boost, reveal this card.
Okay. And then we've got 2 copies of Deja Vu. Wait a minute, we already did that.
Yes.
All right, then we've got 2 copies of Fearmonger. So this treachery has Surge, and whenever it's revealed, you're going to discard your hand and draw up to your hand size. So if you had any way to gain additional cards, like say assess the situation or something, well, no, now you're back down to your starting hand size. And if it comes out as a boost, you're going to choose to either spend 2 mental resources or deal this card to yourself as a face down encounter card.
Okay. And then this is, now we got Personal Nightmare, which is the required modular set. And, oh, look, there's an illusion card. Induce Panic. It's an illusion attached to your identity. You cannot resolve triggered abilities in your hero's printed text box. And so those are the bold ones, of course. Alter Ego action. You could discard 1 identity-specific card at random from your hand to discard this card. Okay, and even more illusions.
Yep, and then we've got 2 copies of Evil Doppelganger. Evil Doppelganger is an illusion with 5 hit points. It has a scheme of 1 and attack of 1. However, it gets +X scheme and +X attack, where X is equal to the number of identity-specific cards in the engaged player's hand. So if you have a handful of identity-specific cards, this sucker's going to hit you hard. And as a boost icon, you're going to draw 3 cards and discard 3 random cards from your hand afterwards.
Yep, Dirk's favorite.
Yeah.
Then we have a Fool's Paradise. The side scheme comes in with 6 threat per player, has an acceleration, a crisis, and a hazard, but it is a victory. So victory 1, and each identity does get +2 hand size while it's out. So it's almost kind of like the pool side scheme in a way.
Yeah. All right, then we've got Weakness from Within. So this one's got one threat, and when revealed, you're going to place 1 additional threat here for each card in your hand, and it's got a hazard icon on it.
All right, and then we have the Deepest Fears. We have 2 copies. It's a Peril. When revealed, discard cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of cards in your hand. So, you know, all those great turns with Assess the Situation. Yeah. If at least 1 identity-specific card was discarded this way,
Which it usually will be.
yeah, place 1 threat on the main scheme. If no identity-specific cards was discarded this way, take 1 damage. And of course, you're getting to those encounter cards faster.
Yep.
All right, and then the other module this is one they recommended.
So the other one is the Whispers of Paranoia. So the first card we've got here is the Delusion of Collusion. We've got 2 copies of this. It's an attachment. You'll attach it to your identity, and you cannot ready allies or persona support that you control, which that definitely can hurt some players more than others. But as an alter ego action, you can discard an ally or persona support you control to discard this card. And then if it comes out as a boost, if an ally is defeated by this attack, you'll take indirect damage equal to that ally's printed cost.
And oh, look, they're illusions.
Yeah.
And we have even more illusions. So this is the Manipulated Mind. Treat attach ally as a minion with a blank text box. Attach minion schemes is equal to its printed thwart and does not take consequential damage. When revealed, attach to the ally you control with the lowest cost, like Maria Hill. If you cannot, this card gains Surge. So you got to make sure you put Stinger in your deck.
Yeah.
Right?
To protect Maria. All right, then we've got Old Grudge. So this attachment is attached to the minion. The attached minion gets 1 hit point, plus 1 hit point, but when revealed, you're going to search the encounter deck, discard pile, and set aside area for your nemesis minion. Reveal that minion and attach this to that minion. And if this comes out as a boost, you're going to deal 1 damage to each character you control instead.
All right, and then the final card we have is Analysis Paralysis, which we know some people that suffer from that. Comes in with 1 threat. It's an Amplify. When revealed, search the encounter deck, discard pile, and set aside area for your Nemesis side scheme. Then reveal it. Place X additional threat here, where X is equal to the amount of threat on that side scheme. So this kind of reminds me that this modular set, it kind of reminds me of that a new standard from from the Con of Heroes, where you were bringing in pieces of your Nemesis set in.
Yeah.
And of course, this will be in addition to the standard set. So you could get Shadows of the Past can come out, with something kind of weird if your side scheme and your Nemesis minion's already out, all right. Yeah. So that's crazy. So yeah, Mysterio, he was pretty fun.
He can be very frustrating to play
Yes.
against, but I also think he's a fun challenge. So,
and the more cards you get into your deck, the better, because then your deck is bigger. So
yeah, of course.
You don't have to shuffle as often.
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about the encounter cards for going through your deck. You just get the encounter cards as you're going through your deck.
Yeah. No kidding. And then additional encounter cards every time you deck on top of it.
Yeah, because you do get to draw the replacement cards.
Yeah, can you imagine this?
So at least you're not, your hand's not getting shorted out by having all these encounter cards. You add this with the Mystique, module as well, and you have a lot of garbage in your deck. All right. Well, anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see more content by us, go ahead and hit that notification bell down there, and you will get alerts whenever we post new videos. All right, see you.